Tornado on the ground, still tornado on the ground.
Every year, spring through autumn, severe weather threatens the U.S., and in 2022, I added several new states to the storm chasing mix, from a favorite of South Texas to a new favorite of South Dakota, pretty much everywhere in between. This is Live Life and Chase 2022. The beautiful part of storm chasing is also the thing many may think is the most boring part. The long drives across portions of the country you may never see again. Unique towns just as unique as the scenery and landmarks all around it. So we're in the geographic center of the entire United States. A nice break from the active severe weather grind. In 2022, we started quick out of the gate just 5 days into meteorological spring. Here's a March 5th Iowa tornado outbreak.
The plan is to take Mr. Starlink dish and see if it works on the road. Because the latest update, by the way, always have a ladder that actually goes to the roof. Don't do that. There's this new thing in the firmware that says roaming. I don't know what that means. I like to think it means I can take this thing wherever I want. So we're gonna find out.
The March 5th, 2022 tornado event in Iowa. Originally, it was going to be a test of Starlink, my SpaceX internet service, to see if I could actually use it while storm chasing.
I'm not going to drive with it on the roof.
Fortunately, we never got the chance because storms formed a little bit earlier than we expected, and we really never had a moment to stop.
No idea if this will work, wherever it is that we're going.
Strong low-level wind fields and 200 to 300 meters squared per second squared of effective SRH should prove favorable for updraft rotation, and at least a few tornadoes appear possible with any storm that remain at least semi-discrete. Scattered damaging wind gusts should also occur as convection attempts to grow upscale later this afternoon, early evening, while moving quickly eastward across Iowa and northern Missouri.
Storms began forming, and there were initially about 3 different targets with 3 different supercells that were forming. The first, that went severe warned, we were in a spot to watch it come in. The storms we were watching looked fine, but they were having a hard time really growing any type of low-level circulation. But then we started watching more storms form in the open warm section, and we knew that was likely going to be the play of the day. We had to wait for it to cross Highway 34 before we can get back on the good visual side of things to actually see what was going on. One disturbing thing happening on the radar view was a bounded weak echo region forming with a very intense couplet as well. We knew this thing was about to produce.
Come on.
Nick, tornado.
Where?
We got a tornado here on the right.
Where?
I'm like 100% convinced. Is that a funnel down there? Or am I crazy? Just to the south of the highway, once we get up on this hill, I think we have a good visual.
The wispy funnel did make contact with the ground, therefore becoming a tornado, but given the radar representation, we knew this storm would likely continue to produce tornadoes, potentially stronger tornadoes, and visually, a much stronger RFD cut was wrapping around the mesocyclone, a big indication that this storm was likely going to get even stronger. Just south of Winterset, the tornado was now large and violent, and it was passing just off to our north and east, unbeknownst to us. We were able to see it in the video after the fact. However, very low visibility on our side of the storm made it impossible to see. The only way we really knew it was there was based on the damage it produced right after we came behind it. There's your RFD cut wrapping back in, so it's got to be just to the right of the road. Logs in the road.
The tornado just come through here. Yeah, tree damage.
House damage. House damage. A lot of damage on US 169. Tornado cross 169. We took a bypass around Winterset and we only saw minor damage. We thought the town was mostly spared as it was mainly to barns and power poles and trees. Unfortunately, we would find out way later the devastation that was actually unfolding in Winterset, unknown to us at the time, unfortunately killing many people.
Power lines down.
So damage east of Winterset. Some damage here. East of Winterset, the houses looked mainly intact, just mainly damaged to garages and sheds. Emergency responders already on scene and tending to those that needed it. Why are we like they're okay? I think everyone's okay there. House looks pretty okay. So we figured, well, let's keep going east to try and provide reports of the storm as it continued to race northeast. Got debris in the roadway here.
Holy. Oh my God.
There were no structures immediately off to our west, so we aren't really sure where this debris originated from, but we did know that the tornado was still on the ground and also now marching closer and closer to my viewing area in eastern Iowa. Every time we crossed where that circulation was, there was damage. This was clearly a long track tornado getting closer and closer to eastern Iowa.
Trees. Tree damage.
Oh, yeah, okay, we got some trees here down.
Power pole bent.
House looks okay. House is okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, all the debris in the...
Oh man.
Very large tornado. The rain bands wrapping around it. Okay, we have visual of it at least.
Houses all look okay. Houses looks fine.
Houses are okay, sheds are not.
This is, what street's that?
I got the crossroads. It's 44th at South 44th Ave and 117.
A lot of barn damage. Houses still all look good. Houses all look fine. Once again, we crossed the tornado path, and at this point, we're pretty convinced it may have been on the ground the entire time. Upwards of 50 miles we've now traveled since Winterset, continuing to produce damage every single time we crossed the tornado couplet.
Oh, lie down.
To race towards us here in eastern Iowa. Weather First meteorologist Nick Stewart and Nathan Santo Domingo are in the road warrior tonight. We hope to talk to them later, but right now they are focused on staying with this fast-moving storm.
You can visit what they have, because Nathan saying they might have. Oh, okay. They're saying it's
As we continued moving into Tama County, the tornado was likely still on the ground at this point. However, there was no clear funnel, at least as of now.
Still a tornado on the ground. Let's time it out again. We know that it's heading northeast at 40 miles per hour.
I mean, you can see the RFD cut
Tama, I think
still.
they're going to be right on the fringe of this. It could take a little bit more of a northeasterly shift, but regardless, you know.
Yeah, tornado.
With Nick and Nathan saying they have a visual on a tornado.
Yeah, tornado on the ground. Still tornado on the ground.
So now we have southwest of Tama. There is a tornado on the ground confirmed. We now have...
Oh, power flash.
Power flash.
So this is going to kind of cycling.
Highway 16 round left here. Take a left.
Copy.
Should be a stop sign.
Got it. Tornado is still on the ground.
Let's see here.
Power flash is in Tama. Tama is getting hit right now.
Oh boy, it's not good.
Tornadoes would cause extensive damage in several Iowa communities. The EF4 tornado in WINTERSET was on the ground for more than 70 miles. Following the tornado, winter took back over, and it wouldn't be until mid-May before severe weather lured me out once again. Even after entering my 12th year of storm chasing, there are still firsts, like the day I intercepted a haboob in Iowa, part of a DERECHO event in the upper Midwest. The May 12th event we called the DERECHO.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Should we keep going? Maybe stop up here?
We can stop for a second.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a freaking haboob. Oh my god. I didn't think I would see my first haboob in Iowa.
County. Okay, let's go find that one there. Yep, and you know, looking at this, I will tell you.
This isn't.
What? Oh my god! What in the world? Oh my god!
I've never experienced something like this.
Holy crap, it's so dark. What in the world?
Alright, I'm about to go live.
Full-on dust storm in northwest Iowa. This is something I never thought I would see in the state of Iowa. This is unbelievable. The visibility is near zero.
It was even darker than this.
It was much darker than this not too long ago. The wind is starting to shift. You can see the wind is incredibly strong. We are an incredibly strong outflow from thunderstorms that are approaching northwest Iowa into southwestern Minnesota. Wow.
Oh my god. This one stopped behind us.
Yeah.
This is...
Switch over to the Aberdeen radar. We can get roughly where this warning is going to be indicated for you guys. This is again.
What if we were standing out there?
Oh, it would have not been a good time for our eyes, I can tell you that much.
I know, I was like, do I put my glasses on? Oh, my tweet won't send. I'm so mad. Holy.
That tonight, this situation, obviously, we're getting damage. We're expecting more.
How is it happening today? And then how is it happening again, like in the middle of the week? Heading into late May, the focus shifts to our annual chasecation, or a storm chasing vacation to wherever storms may take us. Late May tends to be near the peak of the severe weather season in the Central Plains, but doubt is being cast by a series of cold fronts keeping more robust moisture far from traditional tornado alleys.
60-degree dew points to the Panhandle by like 21 or 0Z. I'd feel a lot better.
After a few days of delay, the decision's made to head out on Monday, May 22nd in hopes of finding severe weather in the Texas Panhandle.
Damn, just look at the photographs.
Oh, look at that. Look at 10 o'clock.
An area the Storm Prediction Center hasn't even highlighted for tornado potential. And so we commenced the 17-hour drive from Iowa to Lubbock, Texas.
Based on just that, I think it's fair game. We'll leave Sunday. We'll leave tomorrow.
we'll head, like I said, we'll head south, probably to Wichita or something like that, and go from there.
So congratulations. You just
Texas. Today's Monday, May 23rd, I believe. We're in Littlefield, Texas. We're starting to see some clouds kind of develop here, what we call kind of the cumulus field develop, kind of the precursor to potential thunderstorm development. You can kind of see the clouds off to our west, off to our south. We're kind of just trying to get an idea of actually where the storms may form. The moisture is increasing since we've been here. Dew points have gone up a few degrees. The temperatures have also gone up a few degrees. The big issue today is the moisture. It's slowly making its way into the picture. That will increase the instability. Wind shear is fine. The biggest question is, can we get a storm out of one of these clouds that'll remain discrete or by itself? If that does happen, we should have the potential at least for tornadoes. That will continue throughout the evening. And then, yeah, overall, it should be a pretty exciting afternoon and evening.
So it's developing just
okay,
where
so
the
that's gotta
southwest.
be.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. Instability, you can start to see where the moisture is advecting in. It's starting to get pretty good. Surface base Cape now over 3,000. Mixed layer over 2,000 pushing into our area here. And of course the wind shear is looking mighty fine. We're gonna look at storm relative helicity. We'll expand it out 4 hours. And right along that moist axis where we do expect storms to form, you got storm relative helicity over 200. I think that southern storm is probably the play. There is a little blip that's showing up just on the Texas-New Mexico border south of our cell, just to watch as well, but I'm liking our storm right now.
Yeah, I saw that too, but yeah, if you follow me, I know a route I want to take to kind of avoid some of the convergence, and by the time we get out there, we need it on the north road anyway.
Copy all.
Yeah, we need data here.
Yeah, I'm firing up Starlink. Hopefully we'll get some data here.
That's rotating. Dude, I want to get west.
Alright,
Look at that.
I'm cool with that.
Let me get closer to that.
Alright, let me spin around here. Got some hail now.
Video here.
A severe thunderstorm quickly grew right on top of us, and we escaped to the west. Now we face a dilemma. Do we core punch back through to get to the good side of the storm, or do we drop south and go way around the storm? How big could the hail be? It's only currently warned for $half sized hail. This is an example of using a higher tilt of reflectivity of radar to see what's happening higher up in the storm. Large hail was getting ready to fall just as we were making our run through. answer to the hail size question was baseball size or larger. There were many reports of 3 inches or larger measured hail on the road that we were on. A cracked windshield later and a whole lot of dents. We ran out with our tail between our legs around the developing supercell just as it was getting ready to go into peak form.
We have this cell just to our south heading up this way. Hopefully hail doesn't go too crazy.
The supercell was quickly becoming what we call a vacuum cleaner. Due to very dry conditions, the strong inflow winds of the storm was sucking in dust and dirt, obscuring its structure and causing low visibility all around the storm.
Well, the dust can kind of show you where the inflow is, and you can see it's almost to like our 9 o'clock now. It's like straight to the left where like the densest dust is.
Oh, look at that most recent radar scan. We're right behind the hook.
I feel like we're on like a different planet right now. It's like Mars. This is so weird. All this inflow dust getting just pulled in.
Waiting for the damn car to turn. God.
Why are you going 2 miles an hour? Ah!
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
And can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Oh, hello, hello. Wow. Tornado? Yeah, it is. It looks like there's dust kicked up too.
Yeah.
I got bumped with my SL. Thank you so much.
Should I get there now?
No.
But it's his first.
I wish you were closer.
I know.
But
I don't want to the hail and everything driving around. We can probably go.
Is that it? Like the big? Is that it?
That's a huge tomato, man.
My God.
Getting really rain wrapped.
We east.
So you were off by about 10 miles yesterday in terms of target location, but I guess I'll give it to you.
Also valid, the large wedge tornado was rated EF2 with max winds of 120 miles per hour. At its peak, the tornado was 0.8 miles wide, about 4,200 feet in diameter. Thankfully, there were no injuries attributed to the tornado, and the only damage was to power poles, according to the National Weather Service. And going back to that whole best parts of storm chasing thing, one of the other great things is seeing your friends you haven't seen in many years on some random road in the middle of nowhere, hours and hours away from each of your homes.
All right, we're just west of Morton, Texas. We have potentially our first storm of the day kind of blowing up right here. Pretty much right where the models were indicating the severe threat would start popping up. We have an outflow boundary just off to our north where some kind of clouds are percolating, but this storm, if it can continue to grow, it can latch onto that outflow boundary, that would increase the tornadic potential for the day. The roads in this area, not ideal, so it'd be perfect if this storm can latch into the outflow boundary and pretty much parallel this highway. We got the heat, we got the moisture, we definitely have the instability in place today. The biggest question is the wind shear, and if it can ride along that outflow boundary, we'll have the wind shear in place to potentially get another day of tornadoes here in Texas. A severe thunderstorm developed near the boundary, but it was too far north, which limited the tornado threat as it headed towards San Angelo. Given the proximity to the boundary, though, we continue to give it a chance as we winded through the rural Texas landscape.
Oh yeah. What is this?
Real gas. And now we've come across.
After about an hour, we decided to head back northwest to intercept another storm that just left the Midland, Texas area. We would have to go this direction anyway.
The service in San Angelo has issued a tornado warning for southern Sterling County and west central Texas.
Let's go.
Until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:42 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 13 miles west of Sterling City, moving southeast at 40 miles an hour.
The roads out here just suck. It's just such a pain.
Texas, get better roads.
Like, this part of Texas is brutal. East Texas is bad. The Panhandle, as you saw yesterday, was pretty solid. There's good roads, good gridded network everywhere, lots of highways going everywhere. The poor road network kept us away from the most threatening part of the storm, and so we sat just ahead of the supercell and followed it back to San Angelo.
I think they would.
Yeah, it looked packed out there, but back here there's a ton of parking spots. So after a long day of driving and chasing, it was time to eat and start the trek to get in position for weather outbreaks later in the week. A rare 2-day stint of inactivity in the heart of severe weather season allowed us to visit some new and interesting places.
And moonshiners, murderers, horse thieves would be in this jail. So we've been spending the last couple of days in Texas, and we're making our way up north now. Looks like the severe weather threat is moving north up to the northern plains. So we're kind of using the next couple of days to kind of drive up north and get in position.
Catch up on some tasks. So after some vacuuming, that's the after. You know, storm chasing with a corgi is, it's not for the faint of heart.
It's probably our cell right there that moves in southeast Montana. We're like southeast Montana, northeast Wyoming-ish region.
And drive from Texas all the way up to South Dakota for my first chase in the Dakotas.
Beautiful. With a bunch of gunshots. Married. Story does not like buffalo.
Hey, buddy, this is there. Oh,
So we're in the geographic center of the entire United States. That does include Hawaii and Alaska in the hunt for severe weather.
Right now we're kind of playing the waiting game. We got here early this afternoon. We're just kind of been looking over the data, looking over the satellite, trying to see where we think storms would form and the best parameters. I wish you had better views.
What views? Got views for days. That way.
You know me, I don't like standing and being in town when the CI's going on. You can't see trees. I feel like we're in Arkansas.
And I agree, it's just on the north side of the low.
Yeah.
And it's coming basically right here. That's why I figured just get north of town a little bit and kind of see what happens.
Good. All right. On three. 1, 2, 3. Go.
Woo!
We're not anticipating tornadoes, the moisture is not quite there. The wind shear though is, and there's enough instability in place. The big thing today will probably be wind. Very strong wind gusts will be a possibility with any of these storms that do develop. Storms continued to struggle as many started developing all at once. For the most part, these cells were just photogenic thunderstorms over the South Dakota landscape. Unlike every other chase day, however, the best show came when the skies began to clear just in time for nighttime.
Here we are north of Rapid City, South Dakota. Northern lights are going nuts. Look at that. Oh my God. This is incredible. Oh my God.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Alright, today is Saturday, May 28th. We had a nice leisurely morning and early afternoon in Rapid City. Went and saw Mount Rushmore. That was neat. Dogs not allowed. What is that travesty? He was able to see it from afar, it's fine. We're heading east out of Rapid City.
To Wall Drug.
To Wall Drug, hopefully. There are some storms forming a little bit earlier than we originally thought. Just off to our south. The goal is to try and maybe get some of this storm structure over the Badlands in South Dakota. The radar appearance of the northern one looks better, but the southern one's echo tops are better. I don't know which one to play here. The southern storm will be heading into better parameters, so I vote south. It's trying hard. You can be the tallest object. I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna hide behind you.
I'm not scared to die.
But that's a lot of. Yeah, here I almost gave up on this.
Up to the right here.
You're being such a good helper, Storm.
More lightning down there.
Talking about this guy, right? Like literally right here?
Yeah. This is starting to weaken. My bet would be try to get toward that guy down there.
Yeah, structure is looking pretty interesting on this within the last few minutes.
Really big info tail. This thing really might want to try to tour.
It kind of looks like it's trying to develop a funnel there on the right side.
Right?
Yeah. That's your cone.
Is it coming towards us?
Yes.
Get inside, children. Their house. I think it'll be okay. Look at that.
Well, today is one of the days we've been waiting for this entire trip. It is Sunday, May 29th, day before Memorial Day. We knew today would probably be an active day of severe weather. And sure enough, it looks like it. We are in northeastern Nebraska, right now in the town of O'Neill. We are expecting supercells to form in northeast Nebraska along a fairly stationary boundary. We have the moisture today, we have the shear today, we should have the instability in place today and the lift in place today. So in theory, unlike the last several days, all the parameters are in place today. Models are indicating discrete supercells forming in northeastern Nebraska sometime between about 5 and 7 o'clock this evening. That'll be our target. It looks like it'll be a very obvious target, so I think a lot of people will be chasing out today. Mary's got her coffee.
Yeah, okay, that was the most difficult thing I've ever experienced, getting the iced coffee.
I got my Mountain Dew, so we're set.
No shooting from bridge?
Hashtag only Nebraska thing.
The zip tie is...
Where would you zip tie to, though?
That's a good point. I don't know, the bottom of the camera. Then I can't put it on tripod. Alright, who wants to lend me a second pair of hands? Anybody? Nobody? Alright. Thanks, team. Oh, nothing. Just... Looks good.
Sitting here in Bartlett, Nebraska, which is right about here. We kind of drove south a little bit out of O'Neill, just kind of get south, just in case storms kind of far to the north. We would rather go north toward the storms that develop versus trying to punch hail cores, especially today when they're talking about potential for a baseball-sized hail. So we're kind of watching the HUR in various cams. The HUR's been very consistent about storm development somewhere around this O'Neill area, so kind of waiting to see what's going to develop.
All right, Storm, what do you think? Where are we going? Where's the target area today, huh? He's looking east. What do you think? Go north? Go east?
Northeast?
Very cloudy on what is an otherwise very active severe weather day. We are looking for the potential of large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes as well. The Storm Prediction Center did update and upgrade the tornado threat today.
You can probably see it too, but definitely see the base of that one. Looks like the mass info on the left side, a nice right edge, and good base. I think that's going to be our storm.
Yeah, I'd concur. It looks like it's got some good inflow going to the mid-levels now too.
Which, where, what?
This one right here. That big base over there, intel into it.
Oh my god.
I'm up here too. So one of the few chasers right now that are... Can't tell if this is like trying to do eagle wing already.
Yeah, it's just so hard with all the cloud debris. It's really hard to know what's actually happening.
All right, right now we're about 12 miles west of Taylor, Nebraska. You can see a supercell is trying to start developing here. We got echo tops or cloud tops now over 50,000 feet. Storm is definitely growing, starting to show some signs of rotation. A big base there right over the trees. We're in a good spot to see what happens here. After a very long wait, looks like things are starting to kind of progress. We are under a tornado watch until 1 a.m. Severe thunderstorm warning, let's go. that is the area where if a tornado will develop, that's where we're watching. You can see all the scud rising into it right there, developing kind of that wall cloud shape to it. Doesn't really look like any real clear signs of rotation with it, but that is something that we're watching right now. This will be passing ever so slowly just off toward north, so we're in a good spot to kind of watch it right now.
And we have our first sign, right? Some CGs.
Yeah, that's good CG.
Structure does look pretty good.
Yeah, straight at the left. It's looking real good. Yeah, this is looking very good.
Dog?
It's turned into a person's home.
Oh.
Avoid the Congo. But we have to move quick.
God, this is looking so good. Oh, exciting. We should just punch that and call it a day.
Go back to Taylor.
Ooh, those are some big hailstones. Where? Right, you can see them.
Oh, you want to get out?
There are some giant hailstones around here.
This one over there. Oh, I see. Stormy, you want tail?
Scavenger hunt time.
Hey, you get your measure.
Yep.
My fucking hands are cold.
Jake, yeah.
Oh,
Look at mine.
Oh my God.
Put the baseball in the middle.
Put my. Oh.
I got throw a couple, guys. It's a blast.
Here, give him one. He can hold it.
The smaller one. Might be a little too far over.
Too big.
Melting a little bit, so that's your new number.
I don't have any service.
And we are back in Iowa. What up?
So people of Iowa welcome.
I welcome myself. Our final day of Chasecation 2022.
The last day!
Somebody's very excited. Woo! And even better, we're in Iowa.
And we have Shay with us.
And Shay has joined the party back here as well. Don't know if he's in the shot or not. Yes, we have a tornado watch already. It's just noon. We have our first tornado watch of the day. High probabilities of tornadoes, 80%. We're going to be heading north to the Iowa-Minnesota border, where we do expect to try and get the tail end of a line of supercells moving through the area. Right about here. So we're kind of watching these kind of tail end storms down here to see what they do. Off to our west, we got dew points in like the mid 60s. However, we got dew points in the low 70s here. So the thinking is that once these storms approach us here, the better instability, the better moisture should really help these things intensify. We are under that tornado watch until 6 o'clock tonight. We'll see how things develop as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. Storm, you agree?
He says, I'm just a dog.
We're gonna stop right in front of these trees.
We ended up back in South Dakota for our first supercell intercept of the day, just south of the Sioux Falls Metro. We had a very pronounced wall cloud with nice inflow tail as well. We thought this might be the beginning of a very busy couple of hours chasing.
I mean,
Is that really a funnel?
That actually might be a funnel right there. Oh, it tried there.
Within minutes, a long, skinny funnel developed from this supercell, but that would be our final highlight of the day. Storms became very rain-wrapped and raced off to the north and east, and cells further to the south just failed to materialize.
Crash storm.
Oh, hi, Storm. Are you driving?
We do, bud.
All right, Nick, getting back.
Almost fully north of the highway now.
For the next several hours, we continued to track phantom echoes on radar across the state of Iowa. Not a complete loss, because we had to go east and southeast anyways for me to get back home in Cedar Rapids. A few storms across north-central Iowa did in fact go severe warned, capable of producing 60-mile-per-hour winds and some large hail, but the tornado threat with these storms practically zero at this point. The best part of the day was actually the sunset once the storms began to decay.
Well, that's our truth. No warning at the moment, but it's really trying just south of me. Whoa!